The enigmatic Oak Island conceals yet another astonishing element. It is genuinely eerie. What do scientists know about the subject? Let's discover. Oak Island, a small island near the Canadian coast, has long captivated travelers, treasure hunters, and historians. Its captivating quality has spawned numerous hypotheses, ranging from hidden pirate treasure to connections with the legendary Knights Templar to the Divine Chalice. The island has effectively evaded discovery and preserved its aura of mystery. The most recent scientific assertions have reignited interest in solving Oak Island's enduring mystery. In the final years of the 18th century, a young explorer named Daniel McGinnis discovered a remarkable circular formation on Oak Island's terrain, sparking the island's allure. His investigations proved that Oak Island was home to something truly sinister and terrifying. McGinnis rallied a group of companions to investigate the origins of this unexpected phenomenon, ultimately uncovering a concealed melancholy. Initial attempts to excavate yielded more questions than answers, as the trench appeared to be booby-trapped, flooding whenever it was approached with seawater. From there, the moniker "the Money Pit" spawned an Oak Island story replete with exploration and speculation. During their investigation of Oak Island, scientists discovered something concerning. Even though this finding has been made public, the precise details surrounding it must be made available to the general public. Others hypothesize that it could be the fabled treasures, while others suggest that it could be evidence of the island's legendary legacy. The lack of conclusive information about the island has increased curiosity. The attractiveness of these proposals requires thorough consideration. Templar has been a source of fascination for those interested in the past for many generations. The Knights Templar emblazoned coin discovered near the Money Pit was the first piece of evidence linking them to Oak Island. This discovery sparked interest in the potential relationship between the Knights Templar and the annals of the island. The most powerful nobles in Europe, the Templars, were renowned stewards of their wealth. If the Oak Island hypothesis holds truth, it may reveal hidden information about the Order's operations that is not readily accessible from conventional historical accounts. The possibility of buried treasure on Oak Island has captivated treasure hunters for centuries. The coin bearing the Templar cross sparked further speculation. Despite this, new discoveries have added to the mystery's complexity. A new revelation about the arrangement suggests a stronger connection between them. An ancient bolt, long attributed to the Templars, was discovered on the island, arousing the scholarly community's curiosity. The renowned and mysterious Knights Templar, who wielded immeasurable influence during the Crusades in the Holy Land, are associated with numerous legendary tales, including the search for the revered Holy Grail. The location of the crossbow projectile suggests that the group may have visited or resided on Oak Island at various times. Its antiquity shocking. On the curse of Oak Island, a war room revelation is given in this episode. Gary Drayton and Jack Begley meet with the Lagena brothers in the war room to discuss some amazing findings they have made. Their finds, which included an antique coin with a square hole in it and the head of an old axe used for ship maintenance, were divided. Both pieces are believed to have existed as early as the 1700s, not earlier. The discovery of these relics, which could yield significant information, might shed light on the history of the island. The team's will to keep exploring for solutions is evident despite the fact that the movie withholds the facts of the unexpected revelation that occurred in the war room. The various historical connections and bits of evidence that imply something significant occurred on Oak Island as dramatic war room revelation were made serve as fuel for this commitment. To discuss the fresh material that Gary Drayton and Jack Begley have discovered, the brothers Lagina gather in the war room. In addition to the head of an old ship's axe that was used for maintenance, they also uncover an antique coin with a square hole in it. The coin, which is thought to date from the first half of the 18th century, or possibly earlier, could reveal vital details about the island's past. The team is resolute to continue their investigation into the mystery because of the numerous historical connections and pieces of evidence, as well as evidence of a ferocious fire. The unexpected discovery sparked widespread interest in its origin and purpose. The possibility that the ship was part of a treasure-laden fleet that was deliberately sunk to conceal its presence from perceptive eyes adds an intriguing dimension to the Oak Island legend. Additional exploration of the shipwreck revealed even more intriguing discoveries. On the basis of the vessel's distressed appearance, numerous individuals hypothesized that it was carrying an abnormally heavy load. The recent discovery has sparked new theories that the ship was intentionally sunk to restrict access to its valuable cargo or to thwart competing treasure hunters. While definitive answers may exist for a number of Oak Island-related concerns, this aspect must still be addressed. The wreckage may have originated from a collection of ships that sailed to Oak Island at some stage, according to one possible explanation. If this theory holds true, it would indicate that the island played a larger role in historical narratives than was initially believed. The construction may have served as a secret refuge or a treasure trove for a group of legendary figures, such as pirates or the Templar Order. The scope of opportunities is as uninterrupted as the horizon of the ocean. Oak Island's intricate keyhole configuration is one of the most captivating discoveries. Researchers are intrigued by this keyhole because it may contain the key to one of Captain James Anderson's vanished treasure chests. Captain Anderson was a pivotal figure in the intriguing Oak Island saga, and his alleged treasure trunks contain precious metals and jewels. The discovery of a possible connection between the discovered keyhole and Anderson's purported treasure chest has increased the Laginas and their team's determination to solve the enduring Oak Island mystery. It is necessary to interpret this discovery with caution. The keyhole's popularity does in 4 to 6 weeks. It would be extremely expensive for the Laginas to just dig up all of Oak Island, which is the first and most obvious reason. Undoubtedly, the Lagena brothers have reaped their fair share of rewards over the years, and they have received support from a variety of sources. But uncovering the remainder of the island would still need an enormous investment in time and finances. On the other hand, the main reason they are unable to simply excavate the entire island is because doing so would have a catastrophic effect on both the environment of the island and the area around it. The local flora and animals would be endangered if the forest on Oak Island were removed in order to find anything. It is estimated that the island's forest area is 140 acres. Environmental catastrophe would result from this kind of destruction, which would also have long-lasting effects on the marine species surrounding the island. It would also be an environmental catastrophe and a PR problem for the Brothers series, which may be their main source of income, given how difficult it would be for them to get approval for a project of this nature and how plain it is that they will never be able to. It is extremely clear that the Lagena brothers do not intend to take such drastic action anytime soon. They seem content to stick with their tried-and-true tactic of tossing darts at a map in the hopes that one of them would land on the treasure they have spent their entire lives searching for. The brothers have spent years scouring the entire island for hints as to the whereabouts of the long-lost fortune, but they have yet to make any real progress in their quest. Fans have been visibly irritated as a result, with some of them thinking that the show has started to place more of an emphasis on maintaining its numbers than on actually looking for the treasure. Due to their annoyance, they have developed a number of original plans to stop the quest as quickly as possible. The idea that the Laginas ought to simply demolish the island entirely has become one of the ideas that has garnered the most traction. There is no denying the appeal of the concept. Implementing the plan would be a significantly more direct and thorough approach than speculating randomly on the location of the hidden riches. Then why is it not possible for the team to just excavate the entire island? Generally speaking, the history of treasure hunting on Oak Island can be traced back to the time the money hole was dug there. The pit, commonly known as the money pit, is supposed to contain the hidden wealth. An artificially made hole is the pit. According to folklore, when exploring the island in 1795, some young people, believed to be 13 or 14 years old, discovered a depression in the ground. They dug because they believed it to be a man-made pit, and as they dug, they discovered layers of wood and other objects. They tried to continue their exploration, but were thwarted by a deluge of unknown origin that flooded the pit. Following the rapid dissemination of the news of the discoveries, a flurry of international treasure hunters descended upon Oak Island in search of the hidden wealth. The first planned excavation of the money pit took place in 1803 under the leadership of a group of investors known as the Onslow Company. They were given their own money pit. The excavations had to be terminated because the party's attempts to descend to the pit's floor were unsuccessful. The following century saw a variety of groups try to solve the island's riddles, but due to the enormous difficulties they encountered, none of them were successful. The hole was flooded, which was the most significant of these, and made additional excavation unsafe and difficult. The importance of this aspect was the greatest of all. Additionally, the pit was wired with a number of devices that, when activated, would cause the pit to fill with water and keep anybody from discovering the treasure. Despite these barriers, the excavations persisted, and the Oak Island Treasure Company was founded in 1861. The flooding that was taking place in the pit prevented this specific squad's attempts from progressing past a depth of 90 feet. As a result of the bankruptcy of the Oak Island Treasure Company in 1909, the excavations were abruptly ended at that time. Do you currently subscribe? Do this right away to make more fascinating discoveries. Since then, a number of additional teams have tried to locate the riches that is hidden on Oak Island. But the enigma of the money pit has remained a secret. The discovery of the money pit and the initial excavations on the island both had a significant impact on the evolution of the island's history, as well as the ongoing search for treasure there. Even with the challenges and roadblocks that were encountered, this is true. Despite the various challenges and disappointments that have been encountered over the centuries long, they dug because they believed it to be a man-made pit, and as they dug, they discovered layers of wood and other objects. They tried to continue their exploration, but were thwarted by a deluge of unknown origin that flooded the pit. Following the rapid dissemination of the news of the discoveries, a flurry of international treasure hunters descended upon Oak Island in search of the hidden wealth. The first planned excavation of the money pit took place in 1803 under the leadership of a group of investors known as the Onslow Company. They were given their own money pit. The excavations had to be terminated because the party's attempts to descend to the pit's floor were unsuccessful. The following century saw a variety of groups try to solve the island's riddles, but due to the enormous difficulties they encountered, none of them were successful. The hole was flooded, which was the most significant of these, and made additional excavation unsafe and difficult. The importance of this aspect was the greatest of all. Additionally, the pit was wired with a number of devices that, when activated, would cause the pit to fill with water and keep anybody from discovering the treasure. Despite these barriers, the excavations persisted, and the Oak Island Treasure Company was founded in 1861. The flooding that was taking place in the pit prevented this specific squad's attempts from progressing past a depth of 90 feet. As a result of the bankruptcy of the Oak Island Treasure Company in 1909, the excavations were abruptly ended at that time.